What's going on, guys and gals? Stock Jock here, up $589 in the first hour of trading. Actually finished the day up around $1,800, closer to $1,900. So a good day overall. Slow start, but we'll get into trades right away. All right, so this first trade is an opening range breakout. So this is why ECO. This is one I was watching for a couple days. So, a couple days ago, we had this nice spike. Yesterday, a little consolidation candle. This is the daily chart. And I'm looking for this candle over candle here is what I'm looking for. I really wanted for this to break this candle here. So here's the pop, here's the pullback, and we're still pullback. We're still doing a pullback because we didn't make a candle over candle coming out of the pullback. So this is still in watch, and it might be Friday, it might be Monday, whatever. But the potential there is the bull flag, right? So whenever we can, like if on Friday we break the 675 level, that'd be the first candle over candle after a pullback. And that's an entry point for sure. So anyway, I was hoping that would happen today. We got really close. We had to break, what was this, 690. We got up to 675. So anyway, other low float stocks were starting to run. A lot of times, with these low floaters, if they're going to sell off, they're going to sell off in the open, and then the stock's just done for the rest of the day. But this one kind of, sat around for about 4 or 5 minutes and just didn't do anything. So this is a very low volume play here, but the idea is an opening range breakout that would eventually, maybe break the 650 level, which would be a domino, right? And then maybe that would lead us to the candle over candle break on the daily chart. Well, I go long with the anticipation of the opening range breakout. And for those of you that don't know what it is, when the stock market opens up, every stock, they have a high and they have a low, and they set it in within the first 2 minutes, whatever, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes of being open. So here's our high, here's our low, and a lot of times, if a stock breaks that high of, let me just draw it here so you can kind of see what I'm saying. So let's do this, right? So here's our high, here's our low, and it kind of creates a channel. A lot of times if a stock breaks to the upside of that channel, it rips. If it breaks to the downside, it sells off for a good amount of time. So we were breaking to the upside here, and that's when I went long. Boom, right here. I went long 635 right there, high day, breaking to the upside channel. We broke 650. Everything was looking wonderful. Up nicely, and then boom, lots of selling came in. I was like, no. I held this for quite some time. You kind of see I sold 7 minutes later, which is something I don't typically do. 9:41. So actually, I was holding this, and my stop loss happened right here. So we got the spike up, we got a pullback, and we got candle over candle here. So here's our pop, pullback, candle over candle, and it didn't go anywhere. It only gave us 4 cents or so. That's kind of a bearish sign, right? That the move's over. It didn't make a new high, and it came back down to VWAP, bounced back up, and my stop loss was going to be candle under candle, and I should have stopped out here because it did do the candle over candle for continuation up, and it failed. That should have been my sign to get out. I was holding and hoping. Terrible idea. So as it was coming back down, you'll see on the L2 when I run it that there was a seller at 650, or a buyer, I should say, at 650 on the bid, and I just sold into him because I'm like, well, if this 650 breaks, this thing's going to plummet, and I don't want to be in it when that happens. And that's kind of what happened. Did eventually break that 650 down here and just kind of never recovered. But like I said, this is still in play for that first candle over candle in the daily chart. You'll be surprised at what stocks can do when that happens. So anyway, that was my 1 minute play. It was a opening range breakout that led to the $0.50 break that was hoping to lead to the daily candle over candle. So one domino was right here. The second domino was the $half level. The third domino that I thought could fall was that 690 level, and it just couldn't do it. So, um, good trade. Didn't work out. Held a little longer than I should have.
I'm going long a start position on YECO. I like the daily chart. Trying to get an ad here on YECO. It's just not wanting to keep moving hard here. Alright, I'm gonna get out at 650, $150. I didn't want that 50 break and everybody's stop loss to hit. And I'll wait for high day to break.
So there's two entries here that we're going to go over real quick. The first one is YECO again. So we had a pop, pullback, candle over candle, and then we had the pop, which was kind of a failed break of this level, right? A pullback, and then candle over candle was right here at 665, and I was still giving this a shot because I was really hoping we could break this candle over. I mean, this is just a crap entry, right? This move failed. This one probably is going to fail, and it did. In fact, it double topped. Super bearish sign, right? So I was still trying it, and I was thinking, okay, 675 can break. We're only 15 cents away from this level, and then everybody's like, whoa, because then you get swing traders interested, you get all sorts of different people interested. I really think it would have ripped, but anyway, I go long right here, looking just for an entry. Got a pop, got a nice 10-cent pop. Could have made $200. Didn't work out. So I actually held this like a very long time. I sold it at 10:16 a.m. I bought it at 9:43. So I'll go over the exit. Well, let's just do the exit right now. Jesus, get over with. 10:16, way over here. You can kind of see it's just selling off. I think I got profitable. That's why I'm willing to sell it, and I just ended up selling right in here. Obviously below the VWAP, no rebound. Other stocks were running in the day. No one's watching this. Just sold to get out. So let's talk about SCON. This one, I think at this time of day, was it ABIL? Yeah, it was ABIL. This thing, at this time of day, it was just starting to go stupid, right? 946 right in here. It went high a day, popped up, and then all of a sudden, just blast off. That one went nuts. So there was another stock this one actually went a little later than SCON. There was another stock. I can't remember what it was. Sorry. That was moving pretty big at this time. So you'll hear me say, okay, just need the next one to hit the scanner, and that's what happened. Whatever that stock was that was running, I'm telling myself I want to hop on the next stock that's hitting the scanners, because it might have been IMPX. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was IMPX. Let me look real quick. Okay, yeah, IMPX. That's what it was. Boom, out of nowhere. Boom, halt. Open, gaps up. Boom, halts again. Second one gaps up, spikes super high. I mean, it was just like insane move right here. So that was hitting the high day Momo scanners, and I wasn't in it. The very next one that hit the scanner, I was going to jump in. That was SCON. I get in right here. Did I hit high day? No, I missed high day, but probably 1 penny. Yep, 1 penny. So I get in, and then the volume just stops. Look at this, 22,000, 25,000, and the next bar is 5,000. It just stopped. And at that point, I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta get out. So I end up selling for at an average of like 179. Loss on that one.
Okay, we just need the next runner. SCON hitting the scanners. Former runner.
INPX, November Papa X-ray halt.
I'm long SCON.
Circuit breaker.
Just sympathy play. 182.
Shares at the high 645 on INPX.
This one, the daily isn't as
Halted
nice.
once again on a circuit breaker.
Sorry, SCON. Yeah. Volume came in, didn't move much, and now it's just dead. So it's a no-go. ABIL giving us a 5-minute look. All out my SCON 179. Or, yeah, 179.
So a couple of entries back to back here, and then we'll get into the exits of them. But SPI was the first one, right? So this one hits my high day momentum scanner over here, and I click to it immediately. And when I click to it, I immediately see that the spreads in the L2 were pretty big, kind of crazy big, like 20 cents or 30 cents or something like that. But again, people are still looking for that next stock to take off, because at this time of day, I think this is when ABAL was starting to take off. Let's see. 57. No, it hadn't really taken off yet and done the stupid moves, but IMPX definitely was going nutso at this time. I mean, these are companies. Yeah, there it is. Okay, IMPX just went absolutely crazy, right? So people are looking for that next move, and they missed the first one, which was IMPX. They want to be in the next one. So when this hits my high day Momo scanner, I can already see, this thing knows how to pop. That's not a problem. It can pop, but it always drops. It always drops. You can see that. It doesn't hold the move ever. In the last last 6 months, every one of these pops. I mean, if you're short, this is like your favorite thing to see. But it can run, $2 pretty easily. So I flip to it. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. And I can hear the other chat rooms in my ears. They're looking at it as well. When they're looking at it, that means, there's 2 chat rooms that I'm listening to, both saying they're looking at the stock. One has 1,500 people in it. One has probably another 1,000 people in it. That's 2,500 people looking at the same stock. That, the float on this thing. What is it? Let's just see here. I don't know what the float is offhand, but the shares outstanding was 6. You can't see it on the screen, but it's 6 million shares outstanding. It means the float's lower than that. It traded like it was a 1 million share float. You'll see. So anyway, all those eyes on this thing, I'm just like, I got to get in early, because if I don't, I'm going to miss it. So I get in early. I get the huge pop as volumes coming into this thing, and it halts, And there was another stock that halted at the almost, I think, MBOT. I could be completely wrong. Yeah, it was MBOT. Okay, MBOT halted at the, almost the exact same time, just, moments before this. And now we're kind of getting out on how I exited SPI. I did make one more trade before that happened, which is JONE, but I'll get into that in just a second. But MBOT halted right before SPI did the circuit breaker halt. And what happened with it is it popped up and then came right back down and then sold off. So it didn't go into that second or third circuit breaker halt, which told me that SPI, getting back to my trade, was going to do the exact same thing. And the very fact that it has a history of doing that over and over and over again led me to believe that when it opens up, I'm going to give it a second to pop up, 10, 20 cents, whatever, but I'm going to sell into that. And that's what I did. So, shoot, I almost hit high today, didn't I? 8 cents away from it on the first sell. So anyway, we get out of the halt, we get a pop up. I sell 1,000 shares, 317. It's starting to come back down. $3 is my absolute stop loss on the rest. It looks like it's going to break 3. I sell the rest at $3 even. And you kind of see what happened next. 50-cent drop. And you know what? We knew it was going to happen. Looking at the daily chart, it happened over and over and over again. Every time it pops, it sells off 100%. So that's the SPI trade. JONE, this one was just a chat room pump as well. A lot of energy plays were popping. This one's kind of got a base on the daily chart, a little resistance here on the 20-day moving average. I thought I could get going, so I jumped into it as well, and I just didn't do well on it. 10 o'clock is when I got in. Right here, you can kind of see this is chat room volume. I get in. Hello. I get in, it pops up, comes right back down, and I was hoping for the 50-cent break. That's all I was hoping for. And it came right back down on me, went candle under candle, and that's got my sell stop right there. I don't really want to go candle under candle and potentially get flushed out. So I stopped out for -2 in that trade.
SPI hitting the scanners. Long SPI 273. Wow. So, and at 273 is going to halt.
SPI, Sandy Papa, India, hitting a high of $3.64.
This one, the daily chart's a lot uglier. It's a lot of pops and drops. Alright, so MBOT's about to open up here in a few minutes, it looks like. I'll keep my eye on it. I'm not in it, but it did a circuit breaker halt, and if this thing just sells off and goes low a day, that'll tell me how I'm going to play my SPI. Long JONE chat room pump.
Michigan consumer sentiment 97.5. Sentiment 98.4. Existing home sales plus 1.4%, 5.22 million.
Wow. Okay, Joan. Watch SAEX. It's the only one that hasn't really moved yet. Ah, big rejection there
There's
on.
a Philly, Bravo, India, Lima, India continuing to spike higher, 1550.
I'm out -1. Chat room selling already. Wow. All out 310. Oof, jeez.
So I got back into JON here, and this is actually a news play. But what I liked about it also is it gave me a 1 minute setup. Right? What is the 1 minute setup? It's the pop. Here's a pullback. We're not making candle over candles anymore. Here's a candle over candle. Right? From here's the initial pop. You know, candle over candle broke this one, broke this high. So this is just candle over candle over candle, make a new high, new high, new high, new high. Then this candle does not make a new high, so it starts the pullback. This candle does not break this one, so we're still in the pullback. This candle does not break this high, so we're still in the pullback. This candle is when the news comes out right here, and this is when I get in as well. The news comes out. It's just a newsletter promoting JONE, giving it a $6 price target. And you'll hear me when I run the live feed. I say it to my room, immediately jump in, because now I have two things. I have the news, which is going to bring buyers in from that heard the news from Benzinga just like I did, but I also have the 1 minute candle over candle, 2 dominoes. And I'm hoping that we could go 3 dominoes, which would be high day break, and then the 4th domino would be 250 break, a $0.50 break. So a lot of things lined up here. I'm just thinking every time it breaks, hits one of those dominoes, it accelerates higher. Breaks this domino, it would accelerate higher. Breaks this domino, accelerates higher. Just couldn't do it. And a lot of times there's someone that has a big position that's selling. You'll see it. This kind of news should, with this low flow to stock, should have really ripped this thing, and it just didn't. The move felt heavy, like someone knew the news was going to be relayed to Benzinga, and they were just selling into that. That's what it felt like. I have no proof of that, but that's just what it felt like. It did end up moving up towards 260. I wasn't in it at that time. I sold a minute later, right through here. As it was coming, it broke this 240 level, and my stop loss, once I'm green like that, I just always tell myself, the 10-cent levels, so the 240s or the 250s, or in this case, it broke 240, so, now 240 is my stop loss, or profit stop loss, I should say, and it came back through that, and I just sold into it. So about an 8-cent win on that one.
November Echo, Jones Energy, positive newsletter mentioned $6 price target.
$6 price target newsletter, JONE.
Julie Oscar, November Echo.
Let's see if we can go high a day on that. I don't know what newsletter. I don't know who said it, but might get a little pop out of that.
Shares currently at $2.33.
Wow, got stuffed. Needs to go high a day right now.
So this is a 1 minute setup. That's all it is what I call the 1 minute setup. So what I was watching here is, here's the 5 minute chart. You can kind of see pop, pullback, candle over candle in the 5 minute. And I missed this entry, right? I just flat out missed it, which was happening right through here. All right, this is that pop that got us the candle over candle in the 5 minute. Got the pop. Now we're here at the pullback, and I was watching it. Let me zoom in. Where are you? Okay, right here. So here's our pop. here's our pullback candle, and it could just be one candle. That's fine. I prefer maybe one or two, but one's fine as well, especially if it's a strong move to the upside. So I'm telling myself, okay, the domino levels, the places that it could take off at is, the first one is going to be the candle over candle, which is right here. The second one will be the $half level. Third one will be high a day, and that's it. So I had 3 levels that every time it breaks one of these, more people might pile in, and shorts might cover or whatever. And I mean, you have people that'll play the 1 minute candle over candle that I'm playing. Then you have people that'll play the $half that'll be buying this. Then you have people that'll be buying high of day. So there's just 3 levels that every time it can break one of these, it accelerates higher. So anyway, I buy as soon as it looks like it's going to go candle over candle. It does, and it's a little deceiving because this candlestick just blew through all those dominoes. But the L2 was very weird. Or the price action, I should say, not the L2, sorry. The price action was weird because it popped here and then it kind of sold off. That signaled a false break. But since this thing was so strong earlier, I gave it a little bit longer. And I said my absolute stop loss would be right here, the low of this candle, which was 440. Because if it broke that, if we go candle over candle and it doesn't move up, then for sure it's going to probably move down on the first candle under candle, which would have been this break of 440. So that was my absolute stop loss. But finally the volume did come in. We broke this $half, then we broke the high day, and let's see, this is the 08 candle. I sold into the pop here, got out 456. It did pop even higher than that. Don't even get me started of where this thing actually ended up going, but this is what I do. I scalp. I don't hold for these. I had no idea this thing was going to go to $8 today. No one did. But this was a solid trade. You can call it a base hit if you want, but the fact is, I pulled in 12 cents on 2,000 shares. That's $240 in one, under a minute. That's great. Now, I'm not trying to. This is my setup. This is what I played. I'm not playing for a bigger move. I'm playing for the break of these levels, and then I'm selling into that strength. I'm not trying to hold and find out where it can go. It's just not my style. That's not what I'm doing. This is my scalp setup. It worked. It was a perfect trade. It was a nice win.
What's in the 1 minute here on ABIL? So over 444. Looking for the break of 450, then high day. Long at 445. I got the 1 minute, didn't do it. 440 stop loss for sure. I'll give it a second, but it needs to go. Stop loss 450 now. I want high a day. All out 456.
So to finish up the YECO trade that I took from earlier on, this is where I sold it. You'll see it. I'm up $1,000 at this point in the day. You'll see that when I run the live stream. You'll see it up in the top right hand corner of the screen. Up $1,000, and I had to take the loss on this. It's a trade that didn't work out. I gave it so much time. It was getting later in the day, and it just wasn't going to go today. So I had to cut it loose. Move on. $500 loss on this guy.
AMZN, Amazon says in response to reports of website breach, says the incident was not a breach of its website or any of its systems.
Alright, I'm taking my loss on YECO. 642.
So this next trade is a short on NVIDIA that went against me. It didn't work out, and it should have. I just kind of got thinking it would make a bigger move, and instead of scalping, I made the right trade. The trade entry was perfect. My exit was absolute trash. There's 2 times in this clip you'll see I was up $200. I ended up losing about $80 on this trade. So anyway, Nvidia down out of the gates, candle under candle under candle under candle under candle, relief bounce. This is the 5-minute chart. Relief bounce, and then right here, just like we have, pops, pullbacks, candle over candles, you can have drops, bounces, and then candle under candle. So on the 5-minute chart, this is just candle under candle under candle under candle under candle, bounce, and then shorts. I missed this one. The first time you go candle under candle on the 5-minute is an entry. So right here would have been entry short. Boom, big drop. All right, down to here. Then here's our second bounce, right? So I'm telling myself, okay, well, the first time the candle under candle setup after the bounce was a great shorting opportunity. It went from like, basically 150 down. It was basically $2 move, 225, So I'm thinking, okay, I want to play the next one, and that's what I did right here. I went short right here, and that correlates. Let's see where that is. Again at 10:30, so right here. So low continuation. There's nothing on the 1-minute chart for a setup, but I just thought, low a day would break. That's kind of my domino, right? We get that, but then it bounces right back up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, is this just going to be like a double bottom? It didn't really flush out like I thought it would. It dropped pretty good, but it bounced right back up. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to go candle over candle and get a bounce. It didn't do that, but unfortunately on this pop here, where is it? On the pop, I thought it was going to go candle over candle on this one. It just felt uncomfortable. You'll watch the L2 and just made me uncomfortable that it did twice. Dropped, bounce, dropped, bounce, all inside this 1-minute candle here. All inside here. It dropped hard down to, I don't think it went that low, but you'll see it. It dropped pretty good, bounced, dropped pretty good, bounced. And on that second bounce, I'm just like, I'm out. I took my loss, and eventually did, really get moving down. But yeah, it's just a bad trade on my part. Good entry, bad exit.
8,000 distillates, draw of 77,000. Consensus was a draw 2.7.
So waiting for the 5-minute.
4 million. Crude dropping here, 54.17. Again on that larger build than expected, and crude about double the consensus.
All right, so this next entry is a low of day break entry. So I don't typically play these, but I did in this case because I really thought there's a big downside move to be had. So I went short right here, and there's 2 dominoes at this level. Let's see. I went short. I got filled at 147.75. Wow, I didn't realize it was that high. Oh, I know what it was. I was thinking when I went short, I was thinking that this level was low a day, and I just misread the chart. It was actually down here. So anyway, I go short right here, thinking that I'm breaking low of day, and we get a nice drop because the actual low of day does get broken. 50, which is also right at the $half level. Get a nice drop down to 147.28, but then it pops right back up. Like, I'm very red on this trade, and I'm thinking to myself, if this thing goes candle over candle, I'm I'm out. I'm not messing around with this thing. I'm just gonna cover for the loss, and you'll see I'm down like 300 bucks on this thing. Luckily, this was just a relief bounce. So just like we have pop, pullback, candle over candles, we have drop, bounce, drop, or candle under candle. I'm sorry. So drop, bounce, candle under candle. So my entry again was right here. We get a bounce, and then it starts to go candle under candle, which led to the next move down. And I covered. I was hoping, it would break 150 and hold it, but it looked like it was gonna bounce again. I'm like, screw this. I almost, you know, paid up big time on this one. I'm not letting it go. And as soon as I cover, the thing goes and takes a crap on itself. So, whatever. I didn't want to be in it for another pop. I was lucky to get out. This is just an ugly trade. There's nothing to learn here besides the fact that I can make bad trades as well.
There it goes.
Shares of NVIDIA now at the low of the day, November Victor Delta Alpha, 147.28.
How's it go to 80?
Shares of Ability, Alpha Bravo India Lima continuing new high 645 now, up 126%. Alpha Bravo India Lima.
What the? No!
And that's how I ended the morning, up $589 in the first hour of trading. If you have any questions on my trading style, please come into my free chat room. The link for that is in the description of this video. It is the one that's labeled Discord chat room. So please come on into that. If you're interested in any of the chat rooms or news sources that I subscribe to personally and that I pay for out of pocket, all those are down in the description down below. Other than that, have a happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you Friday, hopefully.